Yeah, for Terone and for Travis. You know, you guys got some good looks in the first half. I think at one point you were 2 for 16 and 3 for 19. That slow start, shooting the basketball, I mean, there were other elements and facets that were involved in this, but you were playing uphill the rest of the way. Could you just both talk about how difficult it was with that tough shooting stretch to begin the game?
I just thought we kind of got some good shots, and then missing those shots, and on top of we didn't get good shots at times. That's what got us down early, and it was kind of frustrating for all of us.
Travis.
Yeah, same thing really. It was just hard missing all those shots. Earlier they went on kind of a run, kind of got their heads up, so throughout the game it was hard to come back from that.
Terone, this one's for you. You guys had 11 turnovers tonight. What do you think led to a lot of those turnovers?
I thought a lot of them were unforced turnovers. We got some. I think one of them was an offensive, foul on the screen. We were just running the play. Nobody was on us on the handoff. They lost the ball. It was just a couple of unforced turnovers that led to them getting some buckets, and that hurt us.
This is the second rough offensive performance against Northwestern. What is it that they particularly do that makes them a tough team to score against?
They pack in the paint pretty well. They kind of step back off of us, and they also they get you to play their game. I feel like we only had like 13 points early on, late in the first half, and I think that's playing right into their hands.
Travis, what do you think of your game? You were able to play some minutes, get some points.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice going in there, hitting a shot, and kind of getting my head up a little bit, kind of giving me some confidence when I go in there. I'm really unfortunate about Jay, and I think my job now is to kind of step in where he was and be reliable second man off the bench.
Rapheal, just how disappointing is today? I know you guys wanted to play well, to get some momentum for the Big Ten tournament and to send the seniors out with a win.
It was very disappointing coming in, and just losing on senior night for our seniors, and that's really all it's about. You play for your seniors, you go through the year for your seniors, and to me, I think I'm just very disappointed that we lost a game for these two right here.
Terone, obviously, with the loss today, you guys finished last in the Big Ten regular season. What kind of went wrong this season?
I think with the combination of youth and just being able to coach, I think things went the wrong way. There's a lot of talent in that locker room right now, and it's sad that we didn't really get to perform to the best of our abilities. Because of the little things, I feel like guys just have to, open up to coaching, open up to, playing hard, putting it on the line for not only themselves, but Purdue. And I think that's something that going into next year, I know Coach Henry's going to get in check. So.
Terone, the ceremony is always very heartfelt. Can you tell me your experience this afternoon during this is actually for all the seniors, your experience during the ceremony for senior day?
It's really hard. I don't know, it really got hard for me. Starting last night, actually, just thinking about, this is going to be the last game that I ever get to play here. And I think it's really sad, I've had some, great games here, and I've had some bad games here, and but it's Purdue, and that's one thing that I was happy about is that I got to play, got to go out there and play for Purdue. So I think within the 4 years, I feel like I had a good career, and I was good.
Ray, this is for you. From your standpoint, what went maybe wrong this year, and what you've got a couple of days to try to turn it around? What needs to happen?
People just got to buy in. Coach Barry's a great coach. He's been at the top of this league, so it's not coaching. I think people always use youth, as T just said. we kind of young right now, and people aren't used to coaching and just want to accept coaching. But I mean, it's really not an excuse because I mean, you know, Coach Perry's a great coach, and he's just trying to help you. So I mean, if everybody open up to it, and this week we have a good week of practice and carry it into Big Ten tournament.
Travis, just can you just talk about your play early, kind of making those shots that sort of kept you guys close before they were able to pull away a little bit? Just how come those shots were falling for you today?
You know, it was my last game, so I was like, you know, might as well shoot a little bit more, kind of look to score more than I usually do. I kind of did that. Luckily, they were falling. I wish that pump fake one would have gone in. So that was a good look for me. But yeah, I mean, it was fun being out there today. You know, 15 minutes probably. I can't remember the last time I played 15 minutes. So it was kind of nice for me, especially on senior night, to have a good game for all my family to see, and to play. I mean, that probably the most I've played in a long time. So it was nice.
You know, you say frequently that it all looks good when it goes in the basket. In the first half, I think your 4 primary guys, other than Ray, were 0 for 14 from the field, and one time it was 2 for 19. There were obviously defensive issues, but just the ball wouldn't go in the basket, and it kind of set the tone, didn't it, today?
Yeah, we obviously really struggled from the field, you know, getting into any flow from an offensive standpoint, and you know, they were struggling also at that time, and obviously they had a better second half scoring the basketball, but it's just too bad. It was really disappointing that, you know, we couldn't get the basketball inside, we couldn't drive, and show a little bit more patience and try to get a better shot.
Matt, what do you feel like went wrong this season?
All right, you know, I've said it from day one, we've been, you know, inconsistent, and you know, just have to be able to do some basic things in this game, you know, to win. And when you don't take care of the basketball and you don't take good shots, then you have breakdowns on the defensive end. You know, that's not a good recipe for success. The struggling part for me as a coach is we had stretches where we would take care of the basketball, we would take good shots, we would be able to stick with a game plan. And as soon as you felt good about it, then we would revert back to where you wouldn't know in terms of an identity of your team. You know, it would be so inconsistent. When we got some consistent play across the board, you know, we always gave ourselves a chance, and we just didn't. We have to learn to, you know, to play organized basketball and share the ball and, you know, take good shots. And but, you know, I would say the inconsistency is where it lies without going into any, you know, further detail.
Coach, what's kind of your outcome going into the Big Ten tournament?
Well, obviously, you know, we've struggled. We put ourselves in a bad position. You know, going into the tournament, you know, you have to be able to go in there and, you know, try to win your first game, and then work from there. A lot of people look at it as a whole. You're still just playing a game. You know, you got to go win the game in front of you, and we've obviously put ourselves in the worst possible position.
Travis was able to get quite a few minutes tonight, and you know, at least score some baskets, which is nice for him. And what do you think of his play?
Well, I thought him and Rapheal Davis were the only 2 guys in the first half ready to play, and they gave us some positive energy and did some good things. And you know, I was happy to see him play well. Knocked down a couple shots, got some rebounds, and you know, did some good things.
At the end of the game, you put in Travis Caroll, and you probably heard that the paint crew was chanting, "We want Travis."
Mm-hmm.
Was that part of the influence that made you decide to put him back in the game?
Well, you know, you always try to fight, you know, to win. A.J. Hammons is such a presence, especially late in the game like that, being around the rim. And so you want that guy that can rebound the basketball and can get you that easy too. But at that point, you know, you gotta, you know, look at it and putting him in, just trying to honor him and let the, you know, the fans acknowledge, you know, how hard he's worked in his 4 years, and he's been a great leader for us. That was pretty cool.
Matt, your 05, 06 team, a lot of those were not your recruited players.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there were some issues there. But anyway, that team just wasn't that talented. But, you know, the fan base pretty much said, you know, the kid played their butts off for you.
Mm-hmm.
This group seems to be more talented, but for whatever reason, kind of came up with the same result. I mean, I'm not trying to compare.
I understand what you're saying.
How do, moving forward,
Yeah.
how do you get this going back in the direction you want to go?
Well, first of all, it's my fault. It's my job to get guys to play together. It's my job to get guys to play hard. It's my job to get guys to play smart, and we don't do any of those. And so that is my fault. And so when you start off, people will always give you a break, but when you're somewhere for 9 years, they shouldn't. They absolutely shouldn't, because it is my fault that we're in this position, because I haven't gotten them to understand playing together and getting that and being contagious and moving the basketball and sharing the basketball not only helps your offensive game, but also helps your defensive game, because you get a better shot. And when you get a better shot, you set your defense. When you set your defense, it limits their transition opportunities. And it makes it for healthy basketball. Sometimes it's hard to really explain. It's really fun to coach when guys will do that. And it's unbelievably frustrating when guys won't. It's the best game in the world, and we're trying to mess it up, is the best way I can put it. We're trying to mess it up because we keep thinking about ourselves. And when you draw two people, you pass. And when you get a double team, you pass. And you keep the ball moving. And it's fun. It's a great game to be around when that happens. And when it's not, we have to recruit a more unselfish player. We got to recruit a tougher player. We have some of those guys in our program. Some guys we don't. We got to get that out of them, Or maybe this isn't their place. And that's my fault. This isn't a school district. I recruited these guys. So the position that we're in, it's my fault.